Okay, so Companion, a movie that I went in relatively blind. Saw a random like clip of it. I didn't even see the trailer. So the trailer's playing in this video, but I went in completely blind, and I guess I was expecting some kind of horror possession movie. So I was rather confused when it turns out to be a sci-fi companion robot kind of thing, which while I wasn't expecting it, it actually was really good. I was hesitant to play the trailer because it gives a fair bit away, but I definitely think it's worth watching if you haven't seen movies like this. It's made by the same director who made Barbarian, which was a good flick as well. It has Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. Sophie Thatcher was in Heretic, and that was a very good flick from last year as well. And she's also in The Boogeyman as well. Her range of acting is fantastic. Like she's an android and as well. Her range of acting is fantastic. Like she's an android, and in the movie you can change her settings, and she will act out different things. Like her intelligence will go up, it will go down. She can change her language and like stuff. Like, so the actual range of acting is like really really good. So fair play to her. I was very impressed by that. The movie itself is very kind of paint by the numbers. Once you kind of get the conceit of it, it's a very basic plot. And look, it is a very good movie. I really enjoyed it. Basically, Iris, the character, you're introduced to her and her boyfriend Josh. They go to a cabin to meet their friends, and it turns out there is an incident where Iris has to basically commit murder. It's revealed that she's actually a robot, and it turns out it's a heist, basically. Commit murder. It's revealed that she's actually a robot, and it turns out it's a heist, basically. So it's a good movie. I'm not going to ruin any more than that. I'm not going to say any more than that. That's the review. That's the recommendation. Do watch the movie. It's fantastic. But I'm going to get into some spoilers here, because I really have to talk about two things that really stuck with me while I was watching the movie, and then afterwards when I was kind of thinking about it. The first one is Jack Quaid. I really like Jack Quaid in The Boys. I really liked him in Scream. He's a good actor. However, he's now found himself in this, I don't want to say typecast, but it kind of is, where he's like the nice guy that turns out to be the bad guy. This happened a lot in the last Scream, where he was the killer. That was the big twist. Very similar to this in the last Scream, where he was the killer. That was the big twist. Very similar to this, where like he's the one that actually set up the murder. He's the one that installed the modification so Iris would go nuts and kill Sergey. So it was less impactful than if they had used literally anyone else, or if Scream hadn't have already come out. So, like, he is a good casting choice, but unfortunately when you see him now, you're like, okay, this is what's coming. So maybe whoever's casting Jack Quaid in these roles, the hand's been played. The other thing, and this might not be actually, I would be shocked if this wasn't a factor by the lads who made this movie, Drew Hancock. Or maybe you're not aware of it if you're an American and you've never seen this movie, but there's a great movie called Hancock. Or maybe you're not aware of it if you're an American and you've never seen this movie, but there's a great movie called Ex Machina. And it's an English movie with a lot of Irish people in it. But it's a smaller movie with Oscar Isaacs and Donald Gleason. It came out 2015, so it's been out a couple of years, 10 years now. And it's a similar plot to this. Basically, it's a tech billionaire. He invites a coder over to kind of do the Turing test, which is how you test if an AI is human or not. If you can't differentiate that it's a machine or a human, it's past the Turing test. And then that's basically the conceit behind it. But it's very, very, very similar to this movie. It's obviously a female android. She thinks she's human. It involves some sex. It involves, this hyper Black Mirror technology world. This hyper Black Mirror technology world. But look, I'm going to say it. While I really like Companion, I thought Ex Machina is a much better, smarter movie. And it's a much smaller cast. It's like 4 people or something like that, maybe 5. Some extras in the first scene. But even if you didn't like Companion, you're like, oh, that's kind of contrived. Go watch Ex Machina. That would be my take on it. I think you would really enjoy that either way. And if you really like Companion and you've maybe never heard of Ex Machina, do check that out. But look, guys, that's going to do it. Companion's really good. It's a good flick. I enjoyed it. There's a lot there for many different people. If you're into like a slower movie, if you're into these kind of cast study movies, and maybe if you're a fan of Black Mirror, I think you'll definitely enjoy it. But please do leave your comments below. What did you think? Did you like it? Do you agree, disagree? But please do let me know, and like, subscribe. That helps. What did you think? Did you like it? Do you agree, disagree? But please do let me know, and like, subscribe. That helps the channel out a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.